Back in the 1930s, Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party took control of Germany. The Nazis had dangerous ideas. They spread hate and blamed Jewish people for Germany's problems. This prejudice quickly turned into harmful actions. Jewish-owned businesses were boycotted, meaning people refused to buy from them. Jewish people lost their rights and their citizenship. Synagogues, Jewish places of worship, were burned. One terrible night called Kristallnacht, Jewish homes, businesses and synagogues were attacked all across Germany and Austria. This night of terror showed the world just how dangerous the Nazis really were. The Nazis used propaganda, which is like spreading misleading information, to spread their hateful message. They controlled the newspapers, the radio, and even the movies. This constant stream of lies made many Germans believe the Nazis. Fear and hatred of Jewish people became very common. The Nazis created a climate of fear where people were afraid to speak up. This made it easier for them to carry out their terrible plans. They were working towards a horrific goal, the extermination of the Jewish people. In 1939, World War II started when Germany invaded Poland. This was a terrifying escalation of the Nazis' awful plans. The invasion of Poland unleashed a wave of terrible cruelty. The Nazis started to put their final solution into action. This was their plan to systematically murder all the Jewish people they could control. Jewish people were forced from their homes and into ghettos. Ghettos were overcrowded and unsanitary areas. These were places of immense suffering. The Nazis then started sending Jewish people to concentration camps. These camps, like Auschwitz-Birkenau, were designed for mass murder. Men, women and children were transported in cattle cars, treated like animals. When they arrived, families were torn apart. They faced starvation, disease and forced labor. Many were murdered right away in gas chambers. The Nazis tried to hide their crimes, but the world would soon learn the truth about the horrors that happened. Even though they faced terrible things, many Jewish people resisted the Nazis. They fought back against their oppressors, even though they knew it was dangerous. They held on to their humanity. They kept their faith, and they showed incredible courage. Stories of resilience like Anne Frank's diary remind us of the strength of the human spirit. Anne Frank wrote her diary while she was hiding from the Nazis. In the face of unimaginable evil, she wrote about hope, love, and her dreams for a better future. Her words continue to inspire millions of people around the world. Another inspiring person is Oskar Schindler, a German businessman who saved over 1,200 Jewish people by giving them jobs in his factory. He risked his own life to protect his workers. Schindler's story, like Anne Frank's, reminds us that even in the darkest of times, individuals can make a difference. They remind us that even one act of kindness can be incredibly important. The Holocaust ended in 1945 when the Allied forces freed the people in the concentration camps. The world finally saw the full extent of the Nazi atrocities. Millions of people had been murdered. Families were torn apart. The world vowed never again. The Holocaust is a serious warning about the dangers of hatred, prejudice, and unchecked power. It reminds us that staying silent and not caring are like helping evil. Today it is our job to remember the victims and to fight against all forms of intolerance. We must challenge hatred and discrimination whenever we see it. We must teach future generations about the Holocaust and how terrible it was. By remembering the past, we can work towards a future where such horrors never happen again. By sharing the stories of both the victims and those who resisted, we keep their memories alive and honor what they went through.